Hello and welcome back to this time is going to be our last week of class, and so I'm going to review the module 5 assignment, what was entail and what some of you missed out, and then I'm going to talk about the final project, and I'll try to show examples, one example in particular that I already posted on Canvas, so you will have better sense what is the final project entail. So let's start with the assignment for module number 5. In that assignment, I ask you three things. One, create a wireframe in your homepage and apply that and discuss what you like and what you did not like. Second, create a PHP to your site and be able to upload or to start with that. And then talk about the idea of MySQL as a database and just to reflect on it on your blog. So let me just, some of you did excellent job, outstanding job. So I just want you to see what they have done. This is one example of the idea of a framework. As you can see, header, footer, and there is the navigation, and this is something that I want you to see or try to apply it into your final project. Why is that? Because it looks more organized and it looks more updated with that regard. I did something very unorganized on my part, and I used again the idea of a wireframe and the idea of organize it, but I also try to incorporate the PHP and the idea of what the PHP form. One of the things that again I want you to be very cautious about what you are doing with regard to the form. It is taking to an action page or any other PHP page that allowed you to process this data. So the action that when you submit the form has to go through a process page that allowed us to receive this information, your first name, your last name, your email, blah, 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 and then process it or store it into the MySQL. The idea of the process is that it allowed us to write another code which allowed us to store the information to MySQL, which is a database, as I showed you in a last module, and it has a local host because the Zero Fees host the MySQL, and it asks you for username and password, and it creates if conditions that if it does not connect to the database, it says database connection has failed and there is an error because of it. And so again, if it passes this condition and it allowed us to connect to the database, it goes through the database and he search for the table name that you created in the database and enable to store that. So this is the idea behind storing the information and be able to do that. So this is the idea. This is where I want you to apply. And again, think about that as website nowadays has a whole things going on in the background that you as a designer or someone who wants to be involved in this industry need to know what's behind the scene. And as you can see, there's a lot of things going on, the design aspect, the storing information, and I hope that this class was able to do that. With regard to the final project, what I want you to do, and some of you ask me for explanation, I want you already saw what my passion is and what I'm concerned with. And so what I want you to do is try to come up with something that excites you. It doesn't mean that it needs to be real. Some of you ask me, is the project needs to be a real organization or non-profit organization? No, you can create it. I go over and I will say it again. It doesn't need to be real. What it needs to be is the ability to display what you are trying to do. And in this example, again, look at the structure of the website. They have the wireframe, which is the navigation bar in the top. They have a logo and the idea of what it is entail, and they have a little bit a story about themselves, about the farms, what they offer, and again the use of JavaScript. How is the JavaScript in this case? Is the idea that it provides, if you go over that, it provides you the ability to know about the vegetables' nutrition values, which is quite important, and some of the farmers' website does not provide. Think about using the JavaScript as a complementary to add more information to your website in order for me to make it more communicative to the entire to all your users, and try to be authentic. In this case, try to show what you have learned and what you came up. And the idea here is, if you don't want to create a form, that's fine, but make sure that you are able to understand and able to connect and learn from it. Try to learn what it is entail. Example, in this case, a form, and you can send the form as an email, and I'll share with you how the form can be sent directly to your email or any other forms. It doesn't matter, as long as there is a form, it will be fine. I like to see it. So again, the issue of design is really important. The issue of technology, if you can use the PHP technology, that will be great. Use the JavaScript to enhance information about the project. Again, when you go, this is a JavaScript. This is a simple JavaScript. You can get more information on the JavaScript reference that I gave you. So look for that. See what it is entail. The other way for you to do that, if you want to see the JavaScript, is the following. You will go to the browser. You will say, I want to see the view source. And as you can see, it's very organized. Basic page needs, navigation bar, title and description, and then how did it created the JavaScript. And again, this is the amount, this is the span, and this is how it apply to the effect of upload a new window that shows this information. So that all I have to say about that. And again, I would like to see something that is, you have passion. Why? If you have passion, you need to show that, and this is part of your project. I want you to show passion of what you're doing, and again, show us something that you never done before. I will be all week long. I will be in my office. If you want to come to my office, you're most welcome. If you want to Skype with me, you are also welcome. Again, good luck. And again, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to email me. I hope you enjoy the class. Do not forget to evaluate your professor, because this is really important for me. I need your feedback in order for me to communicate or learn to communicate better. You probably have better ideas how to do that. I like to hear that. Until next time, I hope to see you around. Until next time, have fun and enjoy your final project.